George Belichicks here with Dakota Randall. It's locker room clean-out day for the Patriots, less than 24 hours after their season concluded. But the day started with a Zoom with Bill Belichick, and Dakota didn't share a ton of info, but two significant mentions by the future Hall of Fame head coach. A, he's under contract with the team still. B, he would relinquish personnel duties if that's what's best for the team. What did that mean to you to hear that from Belichick, and also what does it mean moving forward between him and Robert Kraft?
Yeah, I thought this press conference was pretty interesting. I mean, he didn't say a lot, but the stuff that he did say I thought was worth noting. And to me, this entire press conference, which happened at 7:30 a.m., just one final kick to the reporters, it functioned as one big tennis serve, I thought, to Robert Kraft, where, Belichick basically said, I'm under contract. He presented himself as someone who very much is planning to coach the Patriots next season, that he's willing to give up personnel control if it helps the team. He basically positioned this as, I'm planning on being here. I want to be here. If I'm gone, it's because I'm fired. This didn't sound like someone who long ago accepted a mutual parting of ways and is going to go into this meeting this week and say, I understand you got to go in a different direction. I do too. It's best if we split and I'll go somewhere else. This was, again, a leverage play by Belichick, I thought. It put it in Kraft's court, and now we have to see what Robert Kraft does about it.
Yeah, certainly a leverage play. In my eyes, too, puts a public pressure. All right, Robert, what are you going to do right now to keep the best head coach in the history of the game? Already I was getting texts from people, well, if you get a GM with him, then if you fire the greatest head coach, that would just be malpractice by the owner. So we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, and again, these two things go hand in hand, right? What's the future of Bill Belichick, and then what's the situation at general manager? I think we all agree that Bill Belichick cannot continue on as the main personnel man for the Patriots. Would he really be able to accept an outside person coming in and having full say over the roster? I find it hard to believe. He said he would today. We'll just have to take him at his word. But, again, I think that's the other big situation to watch this offseason is what the Patriots do at general manager, because it could go in a variety of directions.
Yeah, this is a guy, since his tenure in New England, he's been known to override his scouting guys, made the final say on personnel decisions. We've seen draft after draft after draft and free agency fail. Whoever will be the GM for the Patriots, though, will have a top 3 pick when it comes time for the draft. What does that spot for the Patriots mean to you? Where do you think they go when it comes to selection day come in the draft?
Well, I think no matter what, you have to take a quarterback. I think the Patriots have only had the number 3 pick once, which was 1966. They've drafted 2nd and 4th before, but this is their highest pick since 93 when they took Drew Bledsoe first overall. When you're this high up in the draft, and when your situation is a quarterback, what it is for the Patriots, you have to take a quarterback one way or the other. Whether that's they somehow get Caleb Williams or Drake May, maybe Jaden Daniels sneaks into the top 5 in the pre-draft evaluations and they're comfortable with him. They're also guaranteed to potentially be in play for Marvin Harrison Jr. if that's the route that they want to go. But I think really for the Patriots, this is all about what the Chicago Bears do with the first overall pick. I think the Commanders are locked into taking a quarterback one way or the other. But if the Bears are willing to go forward with Justin Fields, they could be looking to trade down. And I think they would probably want to trade right to where they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 3 with the Patriots. Give the Patriots the opportunity to move up. That's what I'm looking for as we go forward here is what's going on with the Bears. But one way or the other, I think it's quarterback. I think that's an inevitability at this point.
Yeah, weak free agency class when it comes to quarterbacks and offensive tackles, but good receivers, Michael Pittman, Mike Evans, T. Higgins out there for the team. Speaking of the quarterback situation, we spoke to both Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones in the locker room. Anything stand out from either of them, from hearing from them talk to the media one more time before they head into the offseason?
Yeah, a couple things. Bailey Zappi basically said he thought he deserved a shot to be the starter next season. I would disagree with that. There's nothing about his play that I think would lead you in that direction. I think he established himself as a capable backup, maybe someone who could be a bridge if they bring in a top draft pick. We'll see. As far as Mac Jones, it was more the same from him. We haven't talked to him really in a media availability setting since week 12. But my takeaway from him is he seemed relieved that the season was over. I thought he was engaged with us. He was in good spirits. He was laughing. He didn't seem as borderline antagonistic or passive-aggressive as he has been in the past, and I just felt to me personally that this is someone who is very glad that this season is over, that he's able to clean out his locker, go home, stop talking to us, and maybe finally be able to put the Patriots in the past, or just, if nothing else, this whole season in the past.
Yeah, that was both quarterbacks also mentioning how they want to move forward with Bill Belichick. Of course, that decision's far above them. And if they want to stay or if Belichick stays, they'll say that anyway. But both were appreciative of the opportunity he gave them as well. Same thing with David Andrews.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing down the stretch here is you haven't seen any player either on the record say anything that would lead you to believe that they have lost faith in Bill Belichick, and there haven't been any sort of reports or rumors coming out of players saying things off the record that would lead you to believe that they think a change needs to be made at head coach. Universally, Patriots players have stood by Belichick down the stretch. How Mac Jones really feels about it would be interesting to learn. I mean, I'd have to believe he thinks Belichick didn't put him in a position to succeed. But regardless, I think whether Belichick has the support of the front office is a different discussion, but I still think he has near unanimous support inside the locker room. Whether that means anything is up for debate, but I think it's worth noting.
A lot of things to watch moving forward. Bill Belichick's future, the quarterbacks, this franchise as a whole. As always, keep it locked on with Dakota Randall and Zach Cox. NESN.com, NESN360, NESN YouTube for full Patriots coverage.
PNC Bank, rooted in communities, big and small.